Well, we don't have to do that because this program's different.
Oh.
The reason I had you do the little marker was because the program I was using before, I had to sync it up, so I needed to clap, so I knew when to.
When to drop that ass.
When you hear that clap, drop that ass. Welcome to the
intro. That's it. It's the intro. And then put our music after. When you hear that clap, drop that ass. When you hear that clap, drop that ass.
Welcome to Somber Spirits, the podcast where me and my sister get drunk and tell you spooky stories. My name is Aaron.
My name is Danielle. Was that?
Otherwise known as Old Lady Danny.
No, I'm not old. I'm only 27.
Today we're continuing the part 2 of the Amityville story, which if you had already listened to part 1, we haven't stopped recording. I mean, we did take a break, but this is the same session. So if things get more off the rails, I'm sorry, but we've been wilding. We're going bananas.
Yeah, so you switched to the light of the Miller.
Yeah, I have a glass of wine here, but let me try it. It's been sitting here for like a minute, and I'm just kind of scared of it. Look how big it is. I poured way too much.
Bro, you call that too much? Have you seen the pours that when Michael and I back in the crazy days?
I guess you're right. Well, let me tell you. Well, this is bad wine. If it was good wine, I wouldn't mind.
It's
but
disgusting. If you didn't have, oh no, bro, you took a sip. Ooh.
Oh my god, that's like. And okay, look, I'm not one to talk shit about wines. I straight up drank box wine for the majority of my 20s, but this is not good. Like this just nope. No.
So
nope.
I feel like a lot of people, I mean, don't quote me on this, but I feel like I'm exactly right. I mean, yeah, that one's pretty
I could
shitty.
be wrong, but I feel like I'm exactly right.
But so my thing is, I feel like a lot of people up in West Texas, minus you, because I expanded your fucking palate when you were like 7 years old.
Well, no need to brag about it. Yeah. You hear that, police? I'm using this in court. She gave me wine when I was 7. That means she was 10. No, wait, 7. Yeah, 10.
Okay, he wasn't literally 7, but he was young. He was of age, but I expanded his palate.
No, I wasn't.
Pretty young.
I was 19.
Oh my god, Aaron!
Hey, we speak the truth on this podcast, okay?
No, we do not.
You enabled my underage drinking, which led to my alcohol problem. That's why my wife left me. That's why I lost the kids. It's all
Aaron,
your fault,
why
Danielle.
did you have a wife and kids at like 19 years old? I mean, okay, there's some people that do have that.
Yeah, no, I was like, I was going to go with that joke, but I was like, oh, there's a lot of people that get married and have kids at
there's
like
19. There's a lot of people that have that life.
What's that like?
So the thing is, I feel like people in, what do you call it? Like in West Texas and like, I don't want to say where exactly we're from, but
even
like
though I said it in the last episode, which I edited out, it's not in there, but I did dox myself.
I know. So let's just say the hometown of. No.
Wow, that's a quick Google search.
I know, but so we had like a family get together like a few years back. We have a wine tasting thing. So everybody up there brought their favorite wine, which is fucking sweet wine, Moscato, Stella, this
Barefoot.
And that, barefoot. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. They look at like how sweet it is and how cheap it is. That's generally how our family operates when it comes to wine.
Well, not even just our family. I feel like everybody there, because I've noticed
Most
since
people.
I moved away. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Because I've hung out with this one girl, and I was like, oh, I like wine. She's like, I love wine too. I was like, awesome. Let's get a bottle and let's hang out.
Yeah.
So she brought a bottle, and it was like Arbor Mist.
Mm-hmm.
And I got 19 Crimes. That's like my go-to wine for any occasion. It's good.
Because it's good.
And then she brought Arbor Mist, and I was like, this isn't really wine. This is kind of like a spritzer, I guess. Like,
yeah.
It was good, though. The hangover sucked, but it was good.
I mean, the hangover sucks for both, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I guess it's just that area, because even our family members, I remember we were all drinking the wine, and like Michael and I, we'd keep taking all the dry wine because they're like, oh, I bought this one. It's called a Caber something, Cabernet. And they're like,
Okay.
wait, what?
Cab, you like Cab, bro? Do you
like
drink Cab, bro?
You like the Cabernet or whatever?
Oh, so I'm gonna call him. His name's well. For those who don't know, my best friend, his name's Austin. But when we first started drinking wine together, I was trying to teach him what Danielle had taught me in my youth, and he used to call Cabernets Cabernets.
No.
But he said it with such confidence I never wanted to correct him because it was like funny because we'd be like wine shopping and he'd just say it with such gusto. He's like, I really want like a nice Cabernet. And I'm just like, I'm not going to correct you because I appreciate how
Aww.
confident you were in saying that. Eventually, I
Austin.
told him, I was like, it's pronounced Cabernet. He's like, why didn't you fucking tell me? I was like, yeah, you just seemed happy with Cabernet. I didn't want to ruin that for you.
This is like how we say Chardonnay.
Mm-hmm.
We
I
can't even
can't
say
pronounce it.
Chardonnay.
I can't pronounce it the proper way because we always call it Chardonnay.
We're like, we're just
Ooh.
gonna drink our Chardonnay.
Hold on. I don't even know why I'm drinking this fucking swill of wine. Let me show you the wine I got. Take my headphones off real quick. I gotta get it from the fridge. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got. Wait, can you see this? I think you and Mike showed me this one.
Bitch,
What-
I don't think I showed you that.
Is it
one
in
at all.
frame? I can't even tell.
That kinda, but
Oh, it's 3-Finger Jack rum barreled aged red blend.
I don't think we showed you those there.
Really? 'Cause it's like it looks like it's in a
No.
whiskey bottle. Didn't you guys bring that last time you guys came down?
No, so it was a different one. But
Oh,
I mean
okay.
the ones that are like, like whiskey barrel ones, whatever, those are
Mhm.
like very smooth. They're so good.
Yeah, well, this is a rum barreled one. I looked good. I'll try it later
Ooh.
tonight, probably.
Oh, I bet that
Um,
one's gonna be really good.
So I hope you guys aren't tired of us bantering about wine and nonsense. So let's get into part 2, which is the paranormal stuff. But I will have to add a caveat. I am a skeptic. I don't believe in ghosts. So all the research is kind of done from like a skeptic's standpoint. So am going to tell you all the spooky shit that happened. But just note that I'm not going to get super into it until later into the story. Our story begins with the Lutz family. What do you make? What is that face you're making?
Don't look at me.
I have 2 things open on my laptop: your face and the notes. So it's not like I can look at anything else.
No. Okay, I'm reading along. I got.
Okay. So the Lutz family. On December 18th, 1975, the Lutz family moved into the DeFeo home. Although it had only been 13 months since the DeFeos had been murdered, the family later claimed at a press conference the DeFeo slayings weren't something that would bother us. A priest named Father, another fucking weird name, Picario, P-E... That sound good? Okay, Picario
Yeah,
arrived
sounds right.
to bless the family's new home on the same day they moved into it. Wow, my voice just dropped because like I have a little piece of spit just like dangling in my throat. Hold on. Better.
He's back to his normal voice. This is Aaron. No.
Yeah, it's me, Mr. Aaron. Hello. My voice, this is my natural voice. I don't normally talk like that. So
Don't pull up that bald ass character right now.
Oh, Harold. Oh
Don't
my
do
god.
it.
I'm not going to. The audience doesn't even know who Harold is. Like, okay, if you guys do some digging, you'll find Harold. Okay, just okay, just.
No, how does Cardi? I can't do it.
She goes like occur, like she puts a in there. I don't know how she does it. That's so dated. This just shows how out of touch with pop culture we are. Cause like that was a thing like 4 years ago.
That's true. You know.
We're not hip.
Mm-mm.
We're not hip. We're knees. Get it? Cause hip knee.
That was stupid.
It's a body part. Okay, so Father Picario arrived at the house and blessed it the day the Lutzes moved in. So while the Lutzes unloaded their rented moving van, the Catholic priest entered the house and began his ritual blessing. And he did this alone. He made his way upstairs to the second floor and entered the northeast bedroom. Sorry, I don't know directions. If Dad were here, he would quickly draw me a map of the house and tell me which direction to go in. You know what? I'm not gonna get into it. It's a whole other story. Just know our dad is obsessed with directions. He loves.
He's really good at them, though. Honestly.
Yeah, he really is. I appreciate him telling me, but like, I don't have the memory capacity to retain it. So
that's what I tell him.
I'm like, I love that you're telling me this, but either write it down or just let me like figure it out.
So whenever Dad talks to me, I'm like, listen here, Papa Dracula. I'm like, I can't, like, I don't know. You can talk to me about directions all fucking day, like day and night. I'll listen to you. I'll like sit there, eyes wide open. I won't blink, and I still won't know where to go when it comes down to it because you got to
Yeah.
give it to me, and I have to read it, and
X
he'll
gonna
just keep
give it
on
to
and on
you.
and on.
Two songs popped in my head. When you said Eyes Wide Open, made me think of the Creed song. He's like,
I
with my
know,
arms wide open.
but it's my eyes, not my arms.
Yeah, with eyes wide
Yeah,
open.
yeah, whatever. No,
Wow. This is still the first page.
I know.
This is going to be a longer episode. I hope you guys are ready. Strap
Okay,
in, because we are.
buckle in and put your bananas on. Let's go.
Put your bananas on. Strap in, strap on, because we're about to get frisky.
Strap
I,
on.
I hate myself.
What kind of podcast are we?
I
Oh no,
don't
our
know.
family, our family. I'm so sorry. Oh
Let's just
no,
not. You know what? We don't
our
have to tell them about
relatives.
this. Let's just tell them we abandoned the whole idea. We can upload it, and we just don't. We just don't tell them about it. Like they'll never know. They'll never
we're
have to
never,
know.
we're never gonna promote anything. We're just gonna,
Yeah,
we're gonna start a OnlyFans for our podcast, and it's, and it's
Start
nothing but a
uploading to
dark,
only.
Aaron. It's nothing but a dark room in the audio of our and us talking about scary stories. Bro, we probably
OnlyFans.
and then we put in an occasional picture of like our big toe.
No, oh my god, they'll start like, oh, have you heard of WikiFeet?
That's a thing.
Yeah, so it's a
Bro, I
Wikipedia, but they
needed
show
that during
celebrities'
the
feet.
pandemic. Where
Well,
was
no,
it?
it's not. You don't make money off of it. It's just like a Wikipedia, but they have like celebrities' feet on it. Where
Okay,
the
yeah,
fuck
you're
was
right.
I?
We're on
Okay, so
fucking Beowulf.
the priest went to the northeast bedroom, which is where Mark and John were killed, and he sprinkled holy water around the room and recited a prayer. And he claims to have heard a voice say, "Get out." Although the priest supposedly did not tell the family about the voice, he did warn them, saying, "Do not use it. Do not use it as a bedroom. Don't let anyone sleep in here." And according to a magazine article dated in April 1977, the Lutzes followed the priest's advice and turned the room into a sewing room, which I don't know why you need a whole room for sewing. Like, you can do that on the couch, you fucking lazy sons of bitch, whatever. I'm getting mad for no reason.
Our grandma
How,
would sew everywhere.
how
She
privileged do you
never
have to
had a
be to have a
dedicated room.
sewing room? It's like, you know
Grandma
what?
had
I
her
want to get
sewing
a.
room in her room.
No, her sewing room was the kitchen. She would just like sew on that little table in the kitchen. Remember the little like side table thing?
I know. I'm so mad that I never actually learned how to sew from her. Like she would show me, and I'd be like, "This is stupid."
I still don't know how to sew. I wish I did because all my clothes have holes in them, so I refuse to buy
My,
anything new.
I hope he never listens to this. But when we first started dating, I was like, "Babe, I know how to sew. Like, trust me, I know how to sew." And he's like, "Okay." He's like missing buttons from his pants, like his pants. He's like, well, I still saved the buttons. Do you think you can sew them on? And I was like, fuck, he was testing me. I sewed them all on. Like, I put a billion ropes in between, just like nonstop. And they still broke. And he's like, babe, I thought you knew how to sew. And I was like, it could have just been the thread. It was cheap thread. No,
You didn't
no,
even own
no,
up to just lying to
no, no.
him.
I was like,
You
bro,
blamed him.
I forgot how to sew. And then I even like Googled it. I was like, how to sew buttons.
You straight
Still
up
came out
blamed the
bad.
thread. Like, you lied to this man, and then you're like, "No, it's a thread. I don't know. So the
I was
needle
just
wasn't made out
embarrassed.
of the certain type of steel I like. I like it pure
Well,
silver. This isn't pure silver. This needle, nope."
not good enough. But no, but that's the weird thing though, because I couldn't sew his buttons, but I was able, so I like cut my leggings, and then I was able to sew my leggings back to where they look normal. And I was what gives? So
That
I
was enough
learned
for
that skill
you.
from grandma. Yeah, I was
You
like,
were
I was
like, "I
like,
sewed my leggings. I can sew anything. I'm a fucking
I
professional."
know. Well, that was after I tried his buttons because I was like,
Oh,
well,
okay, okay.
whatever. I was like, I fucked up his buttons. I might as well fuck up my leggings. They're already ripped. So I tried to sew them, and then they actually sewed really nice and like they looked good. And I was like, well, what the hell?
You're like, "Damn, I'm a
It
genius."
was weird. Okay, anyway,
So,
I'm sorry.
so
Go.
he told them not to turn it into a bedroom. He had claimed to hear voices and whatever, but they turned it into a sunroom. So from the very first night they moved in, the family claimed they felt strange sensations. Supposedly, things worsened over the next few weeks. From the stench of bile to the smell of cheap perfume, the family became increasingly confused by all the mysterious odors that were like going through the house. I guess they got some smelly ghosts up in that bitch. They got some stinky ghosts. In addition, there were claims that there were black stains that would appear in the toilets that couldn't be lifted from Clorox, which I can debunk that. As a janitor, I can debunk that right now. It's not a ghost, okay? Someone just ate some Taco Bell. This was the 70s, so Taco Bell is definitely around. Wait, no, they came in the 80s. But they ate something, okay? It was not a ghost.
It's disgusting.
Unless some ghost is just over there fucking shitting in their toilet. I mean, if I was a ghost, I'd do that.
The ghost is like, you don't see me, but you'll see this.
What you can't see, you'll smell.
It's like No Face off of fucking
Spirited Away.
Like,
he was
blah, blah.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Spirited Away, there's a ghost called Noseface, and like when he first appeared, he's a little stinky boy. He's all filled with dirt, and he's very smelly.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that makes sense. I mean, I guess that's like a thing with ghosts. I think it's canon in like the paranormal lore that some spirits are just naturally stinky. I don't know. I'll look into it. Should have researched that, but I did. I used 3 websites, so.
Oh my god.
Professional investigator. The family also claimed that slime would run down the walls, although there appeared to be no reason for it, or even a source of the slime. I don't know what color it was. I saw some pictures, and it just kind of looked like an ooze. Like it was like clear. It looked just wet. I mean, they probably had bad pipes. Again, I'm a skeptic, so maybe it was a ghost. Maybe they just had like bad pipes. This house was made in the 20s. They also claimed that hundreds of flies would appear in the sewing room despite it being in the dead of winter. I had a burp. Oh, that was wet. That was disgusting.
Woo, gross.
Okay, so
Aaron.
They claimed that a bunch of flies would be in the sewing room during the winter. They also claimed that crucifixes would mysteriously be hung upside down. However, as batshit crazy as this sounds, this is only the tip of the so-called Amityville haunting. Jay Anson, who was writing a book that followed the Lutz's experience titled The Amityville Horror, which is pretty sure everybody knows what that is. It's not only a book, it's also been movies, which I'll get into later. So in his book, Jay Anson claimed that the haunting became physical. Kathy Lutz was victimized by an unseen touches, which had sometimes forced her to pass out. She could just have an iron deficiency. I don't know. Blame it on the ghost. Fucking pansy.
The fuck?
I don't know. On the other hand, George... I'm trying to move on. Oh, you gotta keep it strong. Move along. This is the singing episode. On the other hand, George would sit by the fireplace for hours because he suffered from constant chills. In addition, he woke up nightly. Wait, what's what he meant? What's funny?
I think you're gonna say constant diarrhea. I don't know why.
Who would sit by a fireplace because they have diarrhea? Do you do that? Do you like Michael? Like I got a rummy in the tummy. I got to sit by some fire.
No, we don't even have. Oh my god, the bottle. Yeah. We don't even have a. Oh, Archer wants to play now. We don't even have a fireplace, but I don't know. I was just thinking constant and it's just like consistently pooing. I don't know.
You're just by the fireplace shitting. You're just it's the ghost, Kathy. It's the ghost.
No.
The fire keeps my diarrhea warm. Makes it easier to slide out.
Ew.
So he claimed to have constant chills, and he would sit by the fireplace for hours. He could have just had hypothermia, just saying. But in addition, he would wake up nightly at 3:15 a.m., and the reasoning behind this, as it's claimed, there's a connection between that and the hour that the DeFeos were killed. However, in reality, the DeFeos were killed between 1 and 2 a.m., not 3:15.
So he's full of fucking shit.
As I get into this, you'll see there's a lot of poking holes in the whole paranormal thing. So people who are fans of the paranormal, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to offend you, but I'm just, this is from my perspective. I could be wrong. This is the research I did. As the month progressed, apparently the situation worsened for the family. Anson reported that George awoke one night to witness his wife transformed into a 90-year-old hag. So Kathy forgot to put on makeup one day. And George just wasn't having it.
How rude. He's like, where is her face?
Yeah,
and
you are like, a 90-year-old hag.
How? She's like, I use my CeraVe. Or CeraVe.
What the hell is that?
Is it CeraVe or CeraVe? It's
Why
like
are you
a
asking
face
me?
wash.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know. You don't even do the skincare. I don't know.
I use mud.
I mean, that's not
like from outside. I just smear it on my face,
From where you live?
and then I dunk it in a puddle. And
It's disgusting.
it's clear. Anyway,
Obviously, he lives in Florida.
yeah. I like how in these last two episodes we've like literally said where we've lived at least 3 or 4 times. I mean, I'm gonna bleep them out, but episode 2, we're like, come find us, fuck around and find
Aaron,
out.
Aaron, Aaron, Aaron.
What?
Where the hell have you been, loca?
Oh my god! Stop. For those of you who don't know what that is, if you are as cultured as we are in the Twilight movies, you'll know what that's from.
Right now, it's like a big thing, and I'm obsessed with Jacob, where he's like, Bella, where the hell have you been, loca?
Oh my god.
I'm just
Okay.
trying to get you to say what so I can say it.
After the wife had transformed into a 90-year-old hag, the next night she began levitating off the bed, forcing her husband to grab her before she floated away.
Where did she go?
I don't know. He stopped
She's
her,
like,
so.
she's like the Dursleys with Harry Potter when he makes the ant fly
Oh
away.
yeah. Okay. Realizing they needed help, the family contacted the same Catholic priest and asked him to return to perform another blessing. Where am I? Okay, so the priest had claimed that he couldn't go back to the house because he was feeling the after effects of whatever was haunting the house. The family decided to take matters in their own hands. Armed with a crucifix, they walked throughout the house reciting the Lord's Prayer. A chorus of voices erupted in response, asking them, quote, "Will you stop?" End quote. That's probably not the attitude that they have, but I like to imagine like all the ghosts in there were just like, "Can you knock it off? Like we were
Like,
here
bro,
first."
hello? Can you it's like a Morty thing. Can you please stop? I used to be able to do that really good. I can't do it anymore.
I know. Okay, so the most incredible part of Anson's story was his claim that the daughter had befriended an invisible red-eyed pig named Jody. Jody was described by George Lutz in 1979, stating, "Jody could not be seen by anyone unless it wanted to. At times, it was a little bigger than a teddy bear, and other times bigger than the house." One night, while coming back from the boathouse, Anson and George Lutz witnessed Jody standing behind his stepdaughter in the bedroom. So, the kid claims there's a red-eyed pig, just like vibing. I guess that's one of the ghosts. Or I guess it's a demon. I guess demons don't have human figures or whatever. Kathy Lutz's introduction to her daughter's friend was just as disturbing. On a separate evening, she was startled to see two red eyes peering in through the darkness from the window. So this is where like the iconic visual of the Amity house, it was like always the red eyes and like the little pie-shaped window peering through. That's what she had claimed to have seen. The book reported that malevolent forces caused significant property damage to the house, such as the front door being ripped off its hinges, windows being smashed, banisters being torn off their fittings, and damage to the garage door, as well as water damage from hurricane-forced winds, which local meteorologist stations had no record of. So all the damage that had been done to the house like were the same as if a hurricane had blown through it, but there wasn't a hurricane. So these ghosts are just like tearing shit up and making it stinky. Even their dog Harry, which was a Malamute Labrador mix, supposedly suffered from strange forces. Although the animal was normally hyper, it had become increasingly lethargic while in the house. One time, the dog had almost choked itself because it tried to scale the fence, so it was trying to get away. And like as you know, dogs are more sensitive to the paranormal. So this kind of gives it a little credence that like maybe there was a ghost since the dog reacted so strongly, but
Yeah,
who knows?
that's true. Well, I mean, you know how like a lot of people say it's like, oh, Mexican superstition, whatever, with like our side of the family, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure we're like from a chain of witches. But there's been times that like in our apartment, not to get like off topic, but like in our apartment we see, well, I see like dark shadows pass by, and then I see the dog's heads like follow the same shadow that I saw. So I mean that kind of makes sense too.
Yeah, it's always been said that like not even dogs, but just like animals in general, can have like
Hmm.
that other sense where they can see like ghosts, and that's why they look at the wall or they look at like weird stuff because they apparently sense something.
Mm-hmm.
Continuing, one of the more chilling events in Anson's book was when George awakened to the sound of a marching band in his living room, which fucking hell yeah, dude. Get down. He claimed he raced down he claimed that he raced downstairs, entered the room only to find dead silence and the furniture pushed to one side. So all the furniture had been moved after hearing this marching band. After only 28 days in the DeFeo home, the family claimed they could no longer take it, and they grabbed whatever they could and fled the house. And they went to the mother-in-law's house to stay there. Jay Anson's The Amityville Horror sold more than 3 million copies and was turned into a major motion picture in 1979. The movie grossed more than $80 million. However, this was not the only movie that was inspired by the events that took place. In fact, do you want to guess how many movies were made?
There's probably like, I'm over here trying to read your notes. I'm like,
Oh yeah, I forgot to give my notes. Well, since you've
But
already seen
I'm
the
actually
notes.
kind of lost though. Let me see. It's like,
Okay, well don't look at the notes. Just guess how many
I
movies
lost
were
my
made.
place. I would say like, I'd say maybe like five, maybe five.
There was a total of 16.
What the fuck? Oh look, I found my place now. Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Yeah, this includes the sequels, remakes, and spin-offs of all the stories. There were 16 total movies made. The family, after the book was written, the family would receive 12% of the book sales.
Oh my god!
I don't know if they made any money off the movies, but I would guess since it was based off their life story, they had to get some kind of compensation
Yeah.
for it being used. And after the book came out, the family happily went on a nationwide book tour to promote it. Then they promoted it as their quote unquote true story. Nevertheless, questions remain about the validity of their claims. I mean, they made pretty decent amount of money off of this story. So people were kind of like, is it true or is it just a cash grab? Butch DeFeo believed the stories were made up by Anson, the Lutz family, and his own attorney, William Weber. In a handwritten letter, in a handwritten letter, Butch wrote, "Amityville was a hoax that Weber and the Lutzes started. Yes, to make money. It started as my trial was in progress." End quote. Although George Lutz proclaimed his story to be true, William Weber, which was the attorney, argued the story in Anson's book were not. In September 17th, 1979, of an issue of People magazine, Weber had said, "I know the book's a hoax. We created this horror story over many bottles of wine." Weber's kind of flip-flopping. So he's claiming to not have any involvement. He was saying, like, we got drunk and created this whole hoax to make money and sell books. And so did Butch. He claimed that their story was fake as well, even though he had already said he was possessed by demons and tried to plead insanity. So it's a
You know
whole
what?
mishmash of bullshit. What's going on?
Fuck them all. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I saw you fiddling with your headset, so I thought something happened. I was like, "Oh, you okay? Like your headphones okay?"
No, I was trying to figure it out to where I don't disturb the recording, which I probably should have done this in the first half, but I was actually able to do it through Bluetooth and not disturb the recording at all.
Oh, okay. I was wondering why you were like gazing off.
Here's my
I was like,
wire.
man, I was like, she must be really fucked up. She just kind of glazed over, looking over like that. I was like, is she okay?
No. I was like on the settings, and then like here's my wire, but it's Bluetooth. It's Bluetooth connected to my laptop, so I didn't even disturb your recording at all, which is kind of cool.
Oh, okay. You can hear me through the headphones now.
So I was like, yeah.
I was like, huh. So, okay, after Weber had said that they got drunk and came up with this hoax, later in 1977, the Lutzes would go on to sue Weber for $4.5 million over claims of invasion of privacy, misappropriation of the names for trade purposes, and negligent infliction of mental distress, which I don't know exactly what that means. I guess, like, they're claiming to have, I guess, suffered from some type of mental disorder or mental distress from having to go through whatever they went through, which to me doesn't sound like they went through much. Like, they went on a book tour, made a shit ton of money, and got famous. So and
then had movies, multiple apparently 16 I only thought it was like 5 or 6, but 16 movies.
Yeah, I mean, there's like, I think 7 that are direct sequels to each other, but there's a bunch of spin-offs, and of course the remake with Ryan Reynolds that we saw as kids, which honestly still fucking holds up. Fucking come at me, bro. That movie is fucking awesome. If you think it's not, you suck. Seeing Ryan Reynolds be a psychopath, great.
Him as Deadpool, perfect. Him as William Dafoe.
That's another fucking actor.
Oh no!
Ryan Reynolds as Willem Dafoe. Coming this summer, Ryan Reynolds
When?
as Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds as Willem Dafoe in Dafoe Me Once, Shame on You. Dafoe Me Twice, Shame on Me.
William Dafoe in the lighthouse with Bella. What the hell are you doing?
Stop.
Because it's Edward. He is with Edward. I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, I see the connection. I forgot Robert Pattinson is in the lighthouse.
You mean Edward? No.
His name's not Edward.
It's Eduardo.
I bet he would be so fucking sad if you ever meet him in real life. Like you see him in the airport, and you're just like, Edward, where you been, loco? And he's just like, I'm fucking Batman. Like, God, leave me alone.
He'd probably be like, listen, my name's Bruce Wayne now. I'll be like, no, listen here, loco.
Listen here, loco. Okay, so I'm gonna dive into the investigation.
Okay. Oh, you're really on investigation? Oh my god!
Of the house, like not of the murders. This is of the paranormal stuff. So this is actually kind of fascinating. I didn't know about this. So on March 16th, 1976, Ed and Lorraine Warren, which are famous from like the Conjuring movies and stuff like that, they're famous paranormal duo, power couple goals, hashtag live, laugh, love, hashtag Ed and Lorraine for life, hashtag they're probably con artists.
Live, laugh, love. Stop. I didn't know you were live, laugh, love type of boy. No. I hate it.
Thanks, I hate it. Trying to flick it off. So Ed and Lorraine went to the house with Marvin Scott, who was a reporter for Channel 5 News, to conduct a seance. What are you looking for? The cap?
Just keep going. I found the cap.
We shouldn't have been all willy-nilly trying to flick around the cap like you're some boss. Some hashtag girl boss.
I'm reading your DMs. Hey girl, I know it's been a while, but I have this new product to sell. It's called an MLM. Hey girl, I'm a girl boss. No.
Oh my god. Okay, so Ed and Lorraine went to the house. I fell
for one of those.
Oh, the pyramid schemes? Yeah.
Bro, I fell for one. You
gotta watch out.
I thought the guy was so cute, and I thought he was asking me out on a date. He was like,
surprise, motherfucker.
Steaks. The homeboy invited me out, and there were like 50 other people, and I got a free steak. But I also paid $150 to get into a pyramid scheme, but I got my money back. So
how much was the steak? Like, was it even worth it?
It was not worth it. It's fucking Outback. I was like, bro.
Are you that easily scammed? You're like, free steak? Yeah, I'll drop $150 for no reason.
I thought I was going on a date. So that's not my fault, though.
In what world do you get asked out on a date and have to pay the guy $150?
He told me, let's go out. I know this one place. We can meet up. It's like a double date. It was not a fucking double date. He was full of shit.
I know this one place takes you to Outback Steakhouse.
I know. I mean, everything else was good.
I know this really chill spot, super underground. It's called Outback Steakhouse. I don't know if you've ever been. It's super low key.
I hate it. I'd rather go to Longhorn. Longhorn's better.
So anyway, Ed and Lorraine went to the house with Marvin Scott, who was a reporter for Channel 5 News, and they conducted a seance. More than a dozen people showed up, including several psychics that had worked with the Warrens and Dr. Carlisle Osis. I can't pronounce. They all have weird names. And Dr. Alex Tanis. Can't they just have normal last names? Yeah, or Carla. Wait, that's how it is.
Twilight. That's in Twilight.
Get out! Stop.
I think Duncan just showed himself.
Oh, great. All these people were there, including a bunch of Dr. Carlisle and Dr. Tanis, who were they were from the Society for Psychical Research in Manhattan, which, if you've listened to And That's Why We Drink, mentions Society of Psychical Research. They're like a big group that study the paranormal. So all of them were there. Lorraine, who claimed to be a clairvoyant, insisted she encountered Butch's spirit during the seance. Quote, the encounter was so awful and he was so sinister that she felt there was absolutely nothing she could do to help or eject his spirit from the house. So she's claiming Butch's spirit is still in the house, which is weird because he was still alive when they went to the house. So, but whatever. Yeah. However, nothing supernatural occurred during the seances. Despite the lack of physical evidence, the Warrens would like make a lot of noise during the seance. They would do a lot of moaning and groaning and claim that there were evil black shadows that would come at you and make your heart speed up. So they were putting on quite the show at these seances. I'm on the fence with the Warrens, honestly. Like, I want to believe they're this power couple hunting ghosts, but
I don't know. I can't really say much. I don't want to like what's the word? I can't even think of the fucking word. But like, I mean, I know they're dead, so I don't want to
yeah,
disrespect them because they are dead. But at the same time, I'm like, I feel there's quite a few things that they did just to make money. Because I mean, you see all the movies; they call them the Conjuring collection. And it's like the Annabelle movies and the
oh
Conjuring
yeah,
movies, and it's just like it's all them, all the
yeah.
Warrens.
And I'm not
Okay,
gonna like
and
discredit them because like they might have
no, of
found some
course not.
stuff, but I feel
They
like
could
some of
have,
them,
of
yeah,
course. But then also with that case, I mean, I can't remember what the case is called, but the one where he claims where he's like super, like he's possessed. He was super possessed, and he kills. Do you know which one I'm talking
I'm
about?
trying to
And even
keep
the
going.
Warrens like back him up. Hold on, let me look it up.
This sounds familiar, but it's not ringing any bells right now.
Hold on, I got it. Okay, let me see. So I can fucking spell.
What was your Google search earlier? It was in the last episode. It was bath salt face bite or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And you're like fucking Florida.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Hey audience, do you like it when we make callbacks to episodes we've already recorded? I mean, for us, it literally happened an hour ago. For you guys, it's probably like a week, so it's still fresh on the brain for us. I can't believe it's our first two-parter too. Episode two,
I
well, 2 and 3. Look at us go.
I know. Well, for you, I haven't said fucking shit. I feel like I feel like what's the on Django whenever they're like I can't see fucking shit.
Oh
That's me.
yeah.
I haven't said fucking shit.
Oh, you're welcome to interrupt me at any time. Like, just
Well, I mean, of course, but like I haven't done my own notes. I haven't done.
oh well. I mean, I like doing notes. The only problem I've run into is I'm doing them like a book report when I should start writing them out like a presentation or like a speech rather than like
Nah,
something I'm gonna turn
bro.
into the
That's
professor.
what college is for. We don't have to do that here. We're not like there's nobody. We have no sponsors. We have
We do
uh
have a sponsor, Ed Gein's Skin Bin.
love the skin in. No, I'm kidding. But no, that's not even it. But listen, like we don't have real sponsors.
True, true. Wait, what was the
We do.
case? The Ed and
Oh
Lorraine.
my god, I lost the. Hold on. Okay,
That was the whole point. I was just talking to fill in the dead air.
okay. Hold on. Oh my, this is my job. I'm supposed to be able to like.
Was it made into a movie?
So it's called The Devil Made Me Do It, and it's the
Oh
trial of
yeah.
Arn Cheyenne Johnson.
Yeah,
Um,
someone
so they
covered
they
that.
literally put yeah. So they put their like the careers they put their careers on the line basically just to like back up this guy. And at the same time, I'm like, oh okay, yeah, like I get it. And then at the same time, I'm like,
Yeah, didn't he like get hit by a car or something?
you know what? I don't remember.
You
I
know what? We'll
watched
cover
it,
it.
but
How about that? We'll at some point we're gonna cover that one because they just made that movie. The Devil Made Me Do It, so we'll cover that story. That seems interesting.
yeah.
Okay, getting back to it, both the American Psychical Foundation and Psychical Research Foundation said that there was nothing paranormal in the house. They further added they would have used scientific methods to measure any phenomena had it been present, and not the psychic methods of the Warrens. They wanted to like really try to use like the paranormal tools at the time that they had instead of going off of like I have a weird feeling that there is a ghost present. But they claimed there was nothing in the house, and these are like pretty good foundations and societies, or I guess whatever. In 1977, a man named Hans Holzer was wanting to write a book about the house, much like everybody else, and went to the house with William Weber, which, as you remember, was Butch's attorney. And he also went with Bernard Burton, Laura Didio, and a medium named Ethel Johnson Myers. While in the house, Myers claimed that Indians resided on the property to protect an old burial ground, insisting that whoever lived in the DeFeo house was going to be the victim of the Indians' fierce anger. And that's a quote from her. I know that's um, they're Native Americans. I know the proper term, but that was just what she had said. She called them that. She claimed there was a burial ground that the house was built on.
Yeah, and
Uh,
then I know they really play into that with the Ryan Reynolds movie, like the
oh
Indian
yeah,
or well the the Native American.
yeah.
I I never know what term to say. I always feel really
Yeah, I
bad.
don't know. I mean, I guess I have to do some research on what the population prefers. I mean, I don't know, but
Honestly,
let
delete all
let
that. Delete it all.
yeah, or let us know in the comments. Like I said, we're kind of detached from pop culture and like news and stuff like that. Like we really kind of don't know what's proper and what's not proper to say. So if we say something kind of like not PC or not cool, let us know in the comments respectively. Like kind of understand we don't know a lot of
Teach
things.
us.
Yeah, teach us. We want to learn. We
Please
want to
teach
know
us.
what's yeah. So we're sorry if
We'd
we
love
say
to.
something that offends you guys in terms of
Anybody at
like
all.
yeah. So just please let us know respectfully. Don't get angry. But she
Yes.
claimed that they were on a burial ground, and Holzer further theorized in his book, which was titled Murder in Amityville, that the spirit of a dead Native American chief possessed by Ronald DeFeo, which was Big Ron, or possessed. Oh shit, my bad. Sorry. So Holzer claimed that a Native American chief possessed Butch and caused him to kill the family. Despite evidence pointing to the contrary, Holzer claimed that the DeFeo house stood on a burial ground. He also stated that in the 1700s, some of the residents of the land practiced witchcraft. Once again, the facts proved otherwise. Despite the loose truth of which Holzer decided to publish in his book, which would be the basis for another movie, which was Amityville 2, The Possession, he would later write two more fiction Amityville books titled Secret of Amityville and The Curse of Amityville. The latter would become another movie in 1990 called The Amityville Curse. So this Holzer guy, he went in there making all of these claims and made like three different books, got two movie deals. Like everybody's fucking banking off this. Like it's insane.
He knew exactly what he was doing. He's like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, again, like none of us were there, so we really don't know if there is paranormal stuff because even the psychical research people, they didn't have the proper tools to do the investigation they wanted to do. You know, maybe if they went in there with some like paranormal tools, they might find something, but right now it's just general claims of, spookiness.
Yeah.
So now I'm getting into the truth. Like these are the facts that kind of debunk a whole lot of the paranormal stuff. I know this was supposed to be a paranormal episode, but like I said, I am a skeptic and I'm always going to try to debunk things. The facts presented in the Lutz versus Weber lawsuit, which I don't know if you remember, I told you they sued him for $4 million because they claimed he misappropriated their name or in their story or whatever.
Hmm.
But in the actual in the case or in the lawsuit, it showed the ghost stories surrounding the house to be questionable at best. Moreover, facts uncovered in the suit told a very different story about Father Ralph Picario, which was the priest that had blessed the house. Father Picario's relationship in the case was described in an affidavit from William DeLay, which was the Lutz's attorney. It read, quote, Father Ralph J. Picario has indicated that his only contact relating to the case was a telephone call from the Lutzes regarding their psychic experience. End quote. In fact, William Weber claimed during a radio interview that the priest never even set foot in the house. So he just got called by the Lutzes to go bless it, and he never actually went. At least that's what he said.
Mm.
So he never heard the voices. He never told them any of that stuff. And there's even more stuff. Like there was a couple interviews where they interviewed George Lutz, and they're like, "How do you know Father Picario?" And he said, "Oh, well, he married us, or he like gave us advice before we got married." Then they asked Kathy, and she had like a completely different story. And then they asked Father Picario, and he said, "Oh, well, I first met them when they called me to bless the house." So there's a whole lot of like you know, nothing's quite adding up. After several repeated requests, the Diocese of Rockville Center finally broke its silence after years and commented on the Amityville hoax in May 15th, 2002. The assistant to the Vicar General wrote, quote, "The diocese maintains that the story was a false report. In November of 1977, Dionysian attorneys prepared a substantial list to be submitted to the publisher of the Amityville Horror of numerous inaccuracies, factuality, incorrect references, and untrue statements regarding events, persons, occurrences that never happened." So this is, end quote. That's a direct quote from the diocese that hired Father Picario. They're saying none of it happened, none of it's true. He didn't even go. It was all bullshit.
They're like, he was literally at home just watching some sports.
Yeah, they're like, it was over there watching golf or whatever Long Islanders do. Do you think Long Island iced teas were made in Long Island?
Probably not, honestly. Not gonna lie.
You were a bartender. Do you know where they got the name Long Island iced tea from?
Fuck no, I don't know. I worked at a sports bar. I just knew how to make it. I don't know where the fuck it's from.
Good job. We're almost done, guys. We're on page 33 of 38. And we're not doing bad on time. Look at us go. We're getting better. We're getting efficient. God damn it, we're good. We're pro podcasters. Fuck yeah. I quit.
That's why I'm feeling so confident. I'm like, screw our 7 followers. No, I'm kidding.
Right. All 5 of you.
It's all Mom, Dad, Irene, Megan, Morgan, ourselves.
I'm subscribed to our channel. Like
I know, me too. Honestly, I saved the email. I was like, it said Aaron subscribed to Somber Spirits, Danielle Yola subscribed to Somber Spirits, and I was like, oh fuck. I was like, I'm gonna save those because you never know.
Yeah, memories. We're the only 2 subscribers right now. When this comes out, this will be our 3rd episode. Maybe we'll have more. Who knows? After the diocese claimed none of it happened, I got a burp. Oh God. Oh God. Am I dying? I was possessed by a Native American chief.
Oh God.
Okay, Father Picario was eventually transferred to an entirely different diocese where he purportedly was forbidden to practice certain Catholic rites. So they were pretty mad at him. They're like, look, man, you can't go around saying like shit's haunted. Okay? You can't do it. What did you just drop? Okay, so I'm going to list off some myths and facts about the house and the case. So it's going to be like kind of a rapid fire. It's not going to be rapid. Who the fuck am I kidding? We're not going to rapid fire any of this. We're going to like digress. Okay, so myth number 1. The Shinecock. Nope. That's not their name. Look how it's spelled. Okay, guys.
What did you call me? That was rude.
Okay, hold on. It's spelled Shinnecock. So Shinnecock. A certain tribe of Native American. The myth is a certain tribe of Native Americans resided in Amityville. The fact is that tribe never resided anywhere near Amityville. All the Native Americans on Long Island were part of the Mantalk Nation. I can't believe. You're like, yeah, I believe it. I told you it was a myth. At the beginning of this segment, I said these are myths. I'm gonna be debunking. I tell you the first myth, and your instant gut reaction is, yeah, no, I buy it. Makes sense. That tracks. I could see how you got roped in that pyramid scheme. I told you it was a myth from the get-go.
I thought it was a date. It's not the same thing. I literally thought I was going on a date. And I was like, wow. And then I didn't date anybody like 2 years after that. And then I met Michael. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll try.
Okay,
no,
so
we're here 4 years later.
Myth number 2. 112 Ocean Avenue was a Native American sanitarium, a mental institution, where the mad and dying would be left exposed to the elements to die. The fact is, there's no record that there was ever any Native American burial ground or mental institution on Ocean Avenue. According to Long Island Native American expert John Strong, author of We Are Still Here, many Native Americans lived along the tidal bays in the area. But as far as claims that they were in that area are completely false. Myth number 3. A witch named John Ketchum escaped from Salem, Massachusetts, escaped from
No.
Salem, Massachusetts during the witch trials and built his house on or near the famous Amityville house to continue his devil worship. It is reported that his body is buried on or near the property of 112 Ocean Avenue. The fact is, a prominent citizen named John Ketchum did return from Ipswich, Massachusetts, not Salem. I mean, it's near Salem, but it's not there. And he settled in a Huntington Township along Long Island. So a man from Massachusetts did move to that area, but while he was in Massachusetts, John Ketchum acted as a representative to the local government before returning to Long Island, where some of his family resided. He eventually became a prominent figure in Huntington before his death in 1697. The Ketchum family has no information regarding any information about him being a witch. Like, there's no accusations. There wasn't any record of him performing devil worshiping. He was just like kind of a government dude.
What about Ash?
I knew you were gonna fucking say that. As soon as I said Ketchum, I saw your face. And I was like, she's gonna say Ash. I'm like, I better just hurry up through this before she fucking busts out the Pokemon.
Honestly, that's why I didn't say anything. I was like, and I
I saw your face get ready. I was like, oh my god, she's gonna say Ash.
I had some self control there. I waited to the very end. I was like, interrupt him. My little, what's it called? Like so you have like,
Id?
yeah, your little id, like the part of your psyche or whatever. It was like, do it, and then my grown up part was like, no, just wait.
You had what's his name, Senator Palpatine, in the back of your head going, do it, use the dark side.
Exactly.
Wait, what myth am I on? 4? I didn't number these. Myth number whatever.
You're on the 200, the one with the number.
Well, I know, but I know what I was like. Okay, hold on. I'm not gonna do math. Anyway, so the next myth was that the 250. Remember, I said that they had a lot of like damage to the house, like the front door and banisters and stuff like that. So they claimed that the 250-pound front door of the house was torn off its hinges, and a locksmith was called out to repair the door. However, the fact is, the door in question wasn't a 250-pound door. It was just a screen door. Not even a storm door, not even just like a normal door. It was a screen door. Originally was explained being torn off its hinges by a ghost, but it could have been easily torn off by the winds, especially in the Great South Bay area. Like, they were by the coast, so a lot of torrential winds would come in, so easily debunked. And it wasn't even a big door, which they claimed it was. Lastly, the myth is that the Catholic Church is hiding evidence that something existed in Amityville and they just don't want to reveal it. But as I mentioned previously, they straight up were like, no, like, it's just a hoax. I mean, granted, I wouldn't put it behind the Catholic Church to hide something and say flat out nothing happened. So that myth I can kind of buy into, because it makes sense that they would be like, yeah, no, nothing happened, because they don't want people to. What's up?
If you think about it, they don't even let people see the text that they have. I can't even think. I'm kind of drunk, but it's
I don't even know what they're called either. The commandments?
Yeah,
No.
No. It's not the. I mean, like, obviously, how do y'all know the commandments? Like, anyway.
Wait, do those still exist? Do they have those?
I don't know. That's the thing. So actually, there's like okay, kind of like, why can I not think of it? It's
Hold on.
the Vatican.
Yeah, the Vatican.
Is that what it's called? So
yeah, the Vatican,
they have like all this text, all this like ancient stuff, but they do not release it to the public, or it's like private, or nobody's allowed to know what it actually says. And it's like, why not? Why? I mean, it's the same way with the government. Like, we all know there's aliens. Like, you're not going to hide that from us. Nice
you know
try,
what's
though.
so weird about that?
We've all been abducted. Thank you, though.
What's so weird about the alien thing is, during COVID, like in 2020, the Navy straight up were like, yeah, no, this is probably like, they released all their footage of UFOs and nobody gave a single fuck because there's like a pandemic, you know?
Yeah.
I was like,
but
how is this not news? The Navy straight up was like, yo, yeah, no, here's all the footage of UFOs we have. We can't explain them. And everybody's like, fuck you. We're all dying from a virus. We don't have time to deal with aliens.
I know. And then some people actually got into it, because I was like, I didn't actually well, maybe we'll cover it in one of these episodes. But like, I didn't deep dive into it, but I did get into it because I was like, "What's about fucking time?" Because I don't know if you remember, but like when you and I were younger, we'd play on the trampoline. Remember, we saw like a
Oh,
yellow saucer, and
yeah.
it was literally a you know it too.
Yeah, because it
We both
like it zigzag. It didn't do like a straight motion. It moved
yeah
like weird. 'Cause we thought,
yes
didn't we think it was a star at first or
yes
something?
yes because at first I feel like you and I thought it was an airplane, and
Mm-hmm.
so we were like, oh
It
okay
was
okay
blinking. It had the lights on it,
mm-hmm
but they
just
weren't
like an
red and
airplane
blue,
does.
or they weren't
Yeah
the red and green lights you usually see on a plane.
yeah. So I remember you and I saw it and we were like, oh look, it's an airplane, and then it like zipped across, and we are like, oh okay, that's not an airplane, and then it zipped back, and then it zipped like down, and then back up, and then it just like zooted out of there, and you and I were like, okay, well yeah, we saw something kind of not right.
Did we run
So
inside? I can't remember. I think
yeah,
I
we
don't.
did.
Did we? 'Cause I remember seeing it and I remember being freaked out, but I don't remember what we did afterwards because I remember just being scared. So I
No,
was
yeah,
young.
yeah
I think I
we
was like
ran
what, eight,
inside.
8 or 7?
Yeah,
Because you were
yeah,
like 9 or 10.
I was little because I
Hmm.
remember I'd see a lot of ghosts in our house too. That's the only reason I believe in them is because I sometimes see them.
Ooh, that
Other
should
than
be
that,
fun. Oh, we can do. We just totally can steal this from other podcasts. We can do listener stories. Like we can, or you can tell your paranormal stories, and then in between we can like have people write in. So after I burp, leave in the comments and email us at somberspiritspodcast@gmail.com and send in your ghost encounters or your alien encounters or your cryptid encounters, and maybe we'll do like an episode of it. I think that'd be like really fun.
mm-hmm.
Okay, back to the story. We're almost done. We're 2 pages away, guys. Thank you so much for sticking with us. They probably already logged off. I bet like the first 10-minute intro, they're like, fuck this, I'm out. They're talking, I
I
don't even know what we were
know.
talking about 10 minutes ago or an hour ago. So,
They're probably like, whatever, y'all saw a UFO, fuck y'all.
whatever, drunkies. Of course, we were eight. Okay, we weren't drinking back then.
I know we were sober.
In March of 1979, in an issue of Writer's Digest, Anson, who was the author of Amityville Horror, addressed the inconsistencies by saying, quote, yeah, I know the physical research people say I have made mistakes. They say that on such a fuck. They say fuck, I can't read. Jeez. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, quote. Anson says, yeah, I know the physical research people say I have made mistakes. They say that on such and on such a day when I said it rained, it didn't rain. Okay, I'm not even gonna bother with the quote. Basically, he's just saying that like
Do you want
he
me to read
says,
it?
yeah, you read it. I can't read it. You try.
Okay. So this is what he said. He said, yeah. He said, yeah, I know the physical or
See, what? This is
Oh
direct
no,
quote.
I got
He's
it.
like,
Bitch, I got it. I got it.
okay, okay,
Listen,
I
I got
believe
it.
in you.
Okay,
I
so
got you got this.
so it
Go,
goes.
go, go.
So this
Hit
is
it
what
with me.
Anson said. Anson addressed the inconsistencies by saying, "Yeah, I know the cyclical research. Obviously, that's kind of hard for me to say, but the research people say I have made mistakes. They say that on such and such a day, when I said it rained, it didn't rain. So what? I am a perfectly normal human being, and sometimes I make mistakes." Unquote.
Well done. I couldn't say that. Thank you so much. But yeah, so
That's
he
really hard.
it's hard. Well, because like he has, I don't know. He worded it weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, he basically said like, "Yeah, I made mistakes. I understand there's inconsistencies, whatever." But it's like, dude, this is kind of a big deal. Like, a dude's going to
Yeah.
prison, people are making money and extorting this, and you're just like, "Yeah, fucked up, whatever." But okay, so in the end, the story of the DeFeos, the Lutzes, and the infamous house residing on 112 Ocean Avenue in Amityville appears to have been a tragic undoing of a young man due to years of physical abuse and abuse of drugs and alcohol that led him to commit an awful crime that may or may not have involved multiple people, sensationalization by another family, as well as the press and entertainment industry merely for profit. Whether the accounts of the paranormal are factual or true are up for debate. So this is, in fact, and this is why I got Discovery Plus. This is the whole reason I downloaded it. So Jason Hawes, which was the guy from Ghost Hunters and Ghost Nation, he produced and starred in a documentary on Discovery Plus called Amityville Horror House, which I watched. After doing all this research about the skepticism and the real things that happen in the actual case, this documentary leans so hard into the paranormal. Like if you want like the nitty-gritty paranormal stuff, go watch that documentary because they get the actual medium that claimed Native Americans were buried um, on the house. They were interviewing her. And to this day, she still holds that belief, even though there's no record of there ever being any burial grounds. In that documentary, she straight up was like, there are Native Americans buried there, and there's a strong presence. So it's a very interesting documentary. It's a lot of fun. I enjoyed watching it. It's just after doing the research and kind of seeing the holes poked in the whole paranormal story, go watch it and let us know in the comments what you think, I guess. I mean, I personally, I was really high when I watched it too, so I was kind of just laughing at it because this is dramatic. It had that very, like how the Travel Channel has those very dramatic reenactments and shit.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of funny, but so that is the end of the Amityville case. There's plenty more that I didn't add into it just because we've been talking now for what, 3 hours about?
Almost. But I mean, also Aaron did his extensive research. So
the whole 3 websites. And honestly, mostly just one. I just used the other 2 for fact checking. So we're gonna get better. What? Don't, god damn it. Oh, I thought you were gonna do the where you been, loca?
No,
so I said what?
I didn't even think about it. What have you been watching on the Somber Spirits?
What
So I'm on our YouTube channel right now, and have you been watching stuff on our YouTube channel?
No, I'm not even logged in. That's probably you. I'm not even logged in on that. It's not even added to my phone. Do we have our own spooky paranormal thing happening to our YouTube channel?
I don't know, dude, because there's like videos that are coming up that I've never seen before.
Well, it's probably just like the base algorithm since like we haven't used it.
Stop. Are you kidding me?
What popped up?
I hate the internet. Okay, so you know how you just talked about the Amityville? Guess what just popped up? Amityville horror. Ed of Lorraine Warren, most famous case.
On our Somber Spirits YouTube?
On the Somber Spirits, and we haven't seen a single thing.
No, I didn't even use YouTube for research on this at all.
Me
it was all on my laptop. Holy shit.
I haven't looked up anything.
Not you, but damn you industry people.
I know, because this is the Somber Spirits one, and there's obviously nothing on it. And it's just like...
They're coming to get us. Those stinky ghosts are mad at us. They're going to poop in our toilets now. You know what? You should do that. You should take like a huge shit and then blame it on a ghost and be like, Mike, I don't know what happened. Like we're covering Amityville and the ghost must have like traveled through space and time and came and took a duty.
Honestly,
it wasn't me. I took a duty in the shower. It wasn't me.
I'm gonna blame it on our dogs. It wasn't me.
So thank you guys so much for listening. That is the end of the Amityville. Right now, I don't have anything. I mean, I have a list of things I want to cover, but we're always open to suggestions. Again, you can email us at somberspiritspodcast@gmail.com. Our YouTube channel is just called Somber Spirits. I'll add the link. If we end up on Spotify, I'll throw the link on the thingy. But other than that, find all of our social media shit, which we haven't made yet. But by the time this goes up, it'll probably be there where you can find pictures and all the cool things. And also leave us another catchphrase in case, you didn't listen to the first episode and decide to go to part 2 because you're a fucking psychopath. Leave us suggestions on closing things. What did I say last episode? Stay spooky, boozy, some shit like that.
It was like stay spooky, stay boozy, and then we couldn't figure out the last part because we needed help with it. Because we're like, okay, what rhymes with those two?
That's true.
That's kind of like somber. That's kind of sad. It's kind of. I mean, obviously we're never sad. I mean, we're always sad.
We're chronically sad. We have like brief spurts of happiness, which is called a manic phase. I'm sure a lot of you Gen Zers or millennials know what that is. Thank you again for listening. We'll see you, I guess, next week. I mean, maybe by the time we get all this together and released, we'll have like a solid schedule. So stay tuned. There's plenty more spookiness, plenty more weird banter and bullshit. We love you, and see you in the next episode.
Yeah, maybe next time I'll actually read one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Danielle's gonna actually do some research. I've just been doing them lately because I have more time than her. At least now I do, because she started a new
Yeah.
job and I work nights. So from like the morning till 5 p.m., I have like nothing to do. So, but stay tuned. There's plenty of wackiness. We got a lot of things planned. Again, if there's one thing we can promise as a podcast, is we will not keep our promises. So
You're
we
not
will.
wrong.
Yeah, we will plan a lot of things, and some of them may or may not happen. But stay tuned in case they do. So, see you guys. Bye.
Bye.